Empty the tank. 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 Empty the tank.
Oh good, we've been giving out our fresh
Say no, no.
Really shares her emotions in a way that I think attaches to all of us who care very deeply. I want to hand you over to Sharon. Thank you. I'm just going to check if this is working all right. Can everyone hear this? Yes.
You would understand the hurt within for their financial gain. It's difficult to express my emotion because I do not have a voice. But my home is not here, it's the ocean. Yet it seems I have no choice. So help me to empty the tanks.
Help me to empty the tanks.
Help me to set us free.
Help me to set us free.
Help me to empty the tanks.
Help me to empty the tanks.
And end captivity.
End captivity.
Over 40 years I have lived here, yet I haven't committed a crime. At 4 years old I was stolen. Will I ever have served my time? I swim around in circles in attempt to curb frustration. Prisoned in a man-made whale bowl, made to live in isolation. So help me to empty the tanks.
Help me to empty the tanks.
Help me to set us free.
Help me to set us free.
Help me to empty the tanks.
Help me to empty the tanks.
And end captivity.
And end captivity.
No children or family to comfort, just strangers to entertain. I have relatives out there waiting, yet my cries seem to be in vain. So please, if you could step inside me, you would feel my hurt and pain, and you would never buy a ticket to see me, to fuel their financial gain. So help me to empty the tanks. Help me to set us free.
Help me to set us free.
Help me to empty the tanks.
Help me to empty the tanks.
And end captivity.
And end captivity.
Thank you very much.
This is London, but in 60 cities, in 20 countries around the world today, there are tens of thousands of people, all of whom, like you, are coming together to say enough is enough. We will not remain silent and allow greed and allow companies to exploit and kill dolphins and whales any longer. I'm very proud island is to make a safe a willing prisoner because... And yes, Taji Cove, that one small place in Japan, has become a key issue for all of us. Now, many of you will remember in 2008 when the cove was made. Many of you might have been outside the Japanese embassy a few months ago, and Rick O'Malley was there with me, talking about his own experiences of having worked in the 1960s in the entertainment industry to actually capture dolphins, and how he's gone through a whole journey, like many of us have, to know how brutal this is, and entertainment, and their worth when they're trained, about $250,000 a piece. It's corporate greed that is driving the destruction and slaughter at Taji. It's nothing to do with culture. It's nothing to do with the right of people to eat dolphin meat. So let's never forget that. Made, when it won an Oscar for the best documentary, when the world started to become aware of this horrible tragedy, the Japanese government, Japanese business thought it wouldn't be acceptable in a slaughterhouse anywhere in the world. So why should we be killing dolphins this way? You think that's right? Do you? No! It isn't right. It's disgusting and it's horrible. And when people go to marine parks in America or in Southeast Asia, Australasia, the Middle East, and they sit there with their ice creams and their sodas and their chips, and they're watching the dolphins doing tricks to entertain them. You've got labour midwives, these animals have become. But when these people are having their babies and having this unique experience, just think about the fact those dolphins were dragged away from their family when they were butchered in front of their eyes. Do we think that's right? No! Do you think we should all be proud of? No! No, we shouldn't. And you know what? We're not. We're standing up. We're telling people now that this might seem entertainment to you. Well, they make the right choice. They stayed in and they're stopping taking live dolphins. It's a start. It won't stop other countries sending their representatives to Taji, but it's a massive, massive step forward. And that shows that people power can work. And when we move our attention to SeaWorld, SeaWorld parks are the most sophisticated entertainment business. This is not only for animals, it's bad for people too. Or birthing centres, these animals have no proper protection at all. But we have to look over here to our MPs, to our legislators, to say to them, Britain, in the European Union, in the international community, the time is now come. We can say in 10 or 20 years' time that we were the generation that brought this barbarity, that brought this slaughter, that brought this exploitation to an end. And we can say to our children, and they can say to their children, no, once in a moment in time, we know the difference. The goose rifle, empty the tanks is one day of many, but we won't go quiet. Thank you very much.
France, where there's another open tank event going on today, which has dolphins and an orca. Selma Marina Delphinarium in Spain, which has captive dolphins.